My return, in and of itself, was actually a rather subdued affair. Malcolm not being there to greet me probably accounted for that. Claudia had insisted that she'd be the one to pick him up, so that my return was a bit of a surprise. So I sat in the living room. So I sit, with an uppercase I, patiently waiting for her to return the boy. It's almost as nerve-wracking as when I was waiting for her during the service. And here we are. fucking blindsiding me with this poggers. Poggers. Hello, small child. Ah! Aww. He can hug exactly one leg. You're back. I miss you so much. I missed you too. Man, this song is so cute. I like the song. It's so good. Me and Tiffany were worried you moved somewhere else without telling us. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere yet. Good. I told you to move out. I feel the same. I was gone for only a week and it was agonizing. I don't want to go either. So don't worry. I'm back now. Hopefully for a good while longer. Man, the spelling on this is like... You could have pulled this through fucking Google Docs and you could have gotten most of them. I'll try to give you a bit more warning next time I have to step away for a bit. Cool! Come on, I want to share some cool tricks Tiffany taught me. And I'll tell you about the stuff I learned at school. Like, did you know that trees breathe in the stuff we breathe out? Or that there's more oxygen? That the more oxygen there is, the bigger bugs get? Oxygen. And I'd like to hear about it. I can't believe this motherfucker is high on oxygen. The next few days went by were a bit of a pleasant blur. I spent the lion's share of my time with Claudia and Malcolm. Usually sitting with Malcolm while he engages me in rambling talks about the things that he did that day. That, or playing with toys, watching cartoons, or playing video games. He seems intent on involving me in everything he does now, as if he's trying to make up for lost time. It's getting to the point that Malcolm doesn't want to go places or do activities without me. Claudia, meanwhile, has begun spending her time getting closer to me, both literally and emotionally. She talks to me more about not only the various day-to-day things, but also her more private thoughts. Most things at first, like her favorite food and music, but soon she was talking openly about her feelings and confiding in me. She drops the mask when we're together and she speaks more frankly about what's been bothering her. But as a result, whenever she smiles at me, it is more genuine and brighter than it ever had been before. If you don't open up to her, you're just like, Malcolm is like, you're back. And he's like, indeed. You know what's the most toxic thing on Earth? It's oxygen. I mean, oxygen poisoning is a thing. Okay, so yeah, this is all like... She stands closer to me more often, takes me out when we're walking together. She even holds my hand in public. Scandalous! And this is the merging point. If you went to the pizza cave, however, it goes that the week and a half since the last call were difficult. The air of tension hung in the air the whole time. It was impossible to ignore. Malcolm definitely took notice. Fortunately, he just didn't know what he was feeling. Or probably because he did know his mother was upset. Kept quiet of his concerns. And was extra helpful for her. I made the same effort. But even with both of us trying to make her life easier, there's still a funk that hung over the house. For the rest of the time, Malcolm occupies himself with his toys and video games as much as usual. Claudia keeps us both at arm length while she recovers. I respect her wishes and don't pry further, mostly because I've already learned what I need to do. Keeps it amicable. Man. Eventually, I'm fine for Sovereign. Damn, dude. Man, this is really where the story splits to like tragic and like, yay. We're adults now. Whoopee! Oh, this is interesting. I may have to come back later and add a more in-depth scene for the above narration, but for now, let's just move on. It's good enough, right? I definitely need to have when putting Malcolm to bed scene play out for the player. Probably after the fair scene. I mean, fair. Today, however, I'm assisting in the charity festival on behalf of St. Sadler. Hold up! I'm not stupid. Motherfucker, I'm not stupid. Do I look stupid? Do I look dumb? Do I look like an idiot? I know this fucking background, buddy. Hold up. This is the fucking fair park background from ending 3, I think? In Snoot game. Only you've painted over instead of just using a filter. So hey, props for that, I guess. It's taking place in one of the largest sections of the city's park, which is unnervingly close to Little Trudon. I had hoped that I wouldn't be going anywhere near there for these little church herons. Oh, my trip with Claudia a week and a half ago already made me feel like I was pushing my luck if you went to Pizza Cave. Father Xander showed me that I would be doing exclusively backstage work, so there's a little chance of being noticed. And it's at the edge of the district, so hopefully I have nothing to worry about. It still feels like a lot of risk, especially for what just amounts to a church errand. But one of these booths belongs to St. Hammond's General Hospital and is giving out free flu shots. With one, that's why, Director Denovian giving a presentation on them. The opportunity to finally get a look at the source of Claudia's suffering was too good to pass up, especially for a chance to do something about it. You can't kill him here! Although he's set to speak about noon, so for the time being, all I really do is stick to my job and help set up tents. And stay out of the way while I think about what to actually do about this guy. That's if I even should do something. If I mess with him, the most likely outcome is that I'm just gonna piss him off. Which probably would not help Claudia at all. Even if he tried to hunt down who I am, it's likely he'll just find his way to her. And then he might try to make good on his threat to take away Malcolm. Yeah, you would mess things up for her. Only if we have attachment. Do we get this? I think the best option would just be to hang back and observe. Oh no! If you're not honest, but you have a lot of attachment, he goes, I could just kill him and settle this. Nah, it sounds like it would be pretty stupid. Getting rid of a body at a public event isn't impossible, but doing so without getting noticed sure is. Especially public figure like a director of a hospital. I love this fucking evil win. He's so dumb. I think the best option would be to hang back and observe. That's the safest option for Claudia and Malcolm. Last thing I want is for their lives to get harder. If you don't have enough attachment, he's like, that's the safest option for me. No need to make a scene to expose myself, especially if it wouldn't solve anything. It's time for show, no mercy. That and drawing attention to myself so close to Little Trudon. Besides, outside of St. Sadler's, I'm just another faceless, anonymous human. Getting into a scuffle with the director of a hospital would change that. It does feel like I should do something, though. Hey, you! Stop laughing around and help me move these balloons. Right. Ask and shoot you saw a sheep. Apparently that's Rosa. That's Rosa's text bubble specifically. Like, she's called event organizer, but in the code she's known as Rosa. That's great. Time moves on until the speech is about to take place. It's surprising he's working until then. He's hitting the flower auction for sure. It will matter to stay out of sight of most people. Once the time for the speech arrives, I find a convenient moment to slip away from my duties and slip into a spot to watch. Can I just point something out? Between this and Half-Life, I've grown such appreciation for the importance of, like, strong pacing. Half-Life is so strongly paced. It does not waste your time with repeat encounters. Like, everything is a little novel, is a little new, is something else. You get used to the aliens, and bam, the humans show up, and you have to fight the humans and their grenades, and their landmines, and their turrets. Like, it introduces things. Snap, 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 snap. Similar to how this story just goes to places. I expect him to run into, like, one of the people from Little Trudon. Man, it's so good. Once the time for the speech arrives, I find a convenient moment to slip away. Okay, he's slipping and sliding on this banana peel. This should be good. Can't see everything went pretty well from over here. More of a crowd than I was expecting for a presentation and some free flu shots. It's odd that... wait. What are all these kids doing here? Middle of the school day, isn't it? Maybe it's his field trip. Uh-oh. Makes more sense, I suppose. Malcolm. Oh, well. This isn't good. Man, I love how we're going to a scene that fucking matters. He's in front of the group. It's too much to hope that Denovian doesn't know what Malcolm looks like. He's bound to spot Malcolm sitting there and pull some kind of stunt to use him to hurt Claudia. He certainly has nothing good in store for the boy if he gets close to him. I've got to do something to get him out of there. Damn it. Crowd's too thick. If we are not attached enough, he's instead like, oh no, that'd be inconvenient. I've got to extract him before that happens. Oh, great. Because he doesn't know about things yet, I guess. Crowd's too thick. I'm gonna have to think of something else. Alright, everyone, thank you for waiting. Unfortunately, with little time I had was already up. And now for a special guest speaker. Wait. God, I lost Rosa. And now for our special guest speaker, the director of St. Amand General Hospital. Damn! Guess I'll have to blend into the crowd and wait things out. Maybe an opportunity will open up. I love how there's a long-haired kid in that crowd. That's great. And please give a warm welcome to Director Denovia. Iatacon! Man, he's got such fucking Iatacon vibes. Also, that fur pattern. He's like a fucking car window. I love that he has diamond-shaped pupils. Like he's a fucking Goodbye Volcano High character. A small smattering of applause rises up as the man finally makes his debut. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a fun time at the fair. Before I begin, I would like to thank you all for coming to my little TED Talk. Hearing the voice that so long has been spewing contemptuous venom through Claudia's answering machine, so to speak. Benignly. Strange to hear. Now then, I know the fun and games around us are a bit more interesting than keeping your immune system up to snuff. Observing the director, I can tell he's scanning the crowd. Doesn't take long before his eyes fall on Malcolm. But I think we can make some fun for ourselves. I saw his face flash with an expression of manic glee for a brief moment. It was only a second before returning to the placid, smiling public mask he wore before. If I wasn't watching him so intently, I would have missed it. That confirms it. The Novian must have known that Malcolm would be here. Gonna have to look into how that could be after Malcolm is safely away from him. As the presentation begins, the director is joined by a few other doctors on stage. 30-minute long for flu shots are how they work and why kids need them. Dr. Denovian's worst part seems to be a decent actor, if nothing else. He certainly comes across as friendly and charming. If I didn't know any better, I might believe he was. That concludes our presentation! Thank you for coming, and remember, always trust your doctor and get your shots. Polite applause rolls across the crowd as the director and other doctors step down to the microphone and step off the stage. Photographers appear from seeming lower to conduct photo ops. In response, the parents push their particular child forward, jockeying to try and be the first. While I'm shunted out of the crowd, the mob does a good job of getting in Denovian's ways too. Man, I love this setup, man. The framing is really good on this. It's like he's over here, he's over there, and it's in the middle. And then Malcolm's in the middle. Was this all for a fucking pun? Which gives me a chance to get to Malcolm I've been waiting for. That's still pretty thick. Don't say it like that! I might have to elbow my way through. But that might draw unwanted attention to me. Might even step on the wrong toe and get a parent shouting me, if not outright starting a fight. Probably better if I can sneak Malcolm out of here without anyone knowing. This is apparently an attachment choice. Apparently, oh shit, I got myself all fucked up. Apparently, the right option is to push through aggressively, which makes sense. Kick up a fuss, I could draw the Denovian and someone else's attention. I appreciate that his old tactics don't work here, he's gotta be firm. It's already gotten to him, might have to intervene. Apparently there was going to be a menu where you step on his tail. That's just default the thing you do. You know what? To hell with it. This bastard deserves a bit of pain. Just have the menu option, but it's just step on his tail 4 times. I take a casual step on the director's tail. Is his tail even that long? Oh, it is. It lets out an admittedly comical howl as he shoots up his feet and rounds out to me. Malcolm is knocked down in the process. And he's like, who the fuck? Son of a bitch, what the hell are you doing? Ugh, God, it's doing the fucking, like, stronger than average human thing. Makes them dangerous, even a bit clumsy from weighing extra. Then Malcolm's thrown to the ground. And then the kid starts crying. And then the Denovian's entirely focused on him. Man, this is a weird conversation. If he's very attached. And if you're very attached and he wants to help Malcolm, otherwise he's like, it's distracting, it's bound to get his attention. Amidst it all, I'm the only one to notice Malcolm noticing me and extending his small arms towards me. And if he's attached, he's like, oh man, little baby man, my little baby man. I sidestep Denovian and wrap Malcolm in my arms. Almost immediately his weeping subsides. Not entirely, oh man. I've just revealed that Malcolm and I know each other closely. Oh shit. And then Malcolm's like, hi Win! That's so weird. I fell down and I was shouting and... Go be with your teacher and find something nice to eat. And he's alone with Dr. Denovian. But we are going to push through the crowd aggressively. Dadivore! Anonymity be damned. Any interaction between Denovian and Malcolm is sure to be bad for him and his mother. I can risk a bit of attention if it means keeping Malcolm safe. Hey! Watch it! My tail!
Watch where you're shoving, you jack!
Huh?
Huh?
Got him. VIP found.
When? You came to the fair too?
Yes, I'm helping set it up and take it down.
Cool, I'm here with my class. You wanna hang out with us? I was just there to get my picture taken. We'll learn about vaccines and germs and...
Vaccines.
Yeah, the doctors know best.
It's very interesting, Malcolm, but I would like you to avoid this place for a while. There's bad men. Bad men! Aha! Here is someone who needs a photo. Damn it. I very quickly interpose myself between Denovian and Malcolm. I'd like to think I contained the look of contempt on my face, but I couldn't be sure. Because for some fucking reason, every goddamn person in these fucking fics and stories always talks about how their face looks. Human? That is unexpected. Who are you? Parasol gives me a once-over, sizing me up. We end up staring into each other's faces, trying to get a read on each other. Might if I ask why your face is 50% black half of the time? Now that I get a good look at him, I can tell there's something off about his eyes. They have that look. The same one I've seen on less savory people I met during my thieving days. He's either on some kind of drug, or more likely considering his habit of harassing Claudia. He's a sociopath. Might be both if I'm unlucky. I thought there weren't any human children at Volcano Elementary. Are you one of the chaperones? How do you know this kid? Shit, Win! Be careful, please! A quick look of frustration and hatred across the director's face. Crosses the director's face as stonewalling. What are you doing at this gay bar, Win? He's not gonna try anything while there are witnesses. Especially since he has a syringe in his pocket that he's planning to use to sedate the child. How did you know that? What? How did you know that? I was actually just making a lucky guess. Why do you talk like that? I just have to keep this creep away from Malcolm until it's time for his class to move on.
When? Is something wrong? Oh, so you two do know each other. That is interesting. You wouldn't happen to know his mother too, would you? When?
Malcolm, stay by me.
Okay. Oh, what's the matter, Vin? Don't trust doctors?
Oh, Malcolm, there you are. Come on, send me to the next exhibit. Go on, Malcolm.
Okay. See you later, Win. I'll catch you later, kid.
Like he just gets absorbed into the crowd. That should do for now. Gotta get the hell out of here and away from this. Might have to bail on the rest of the day's work just to keep an eye on Malcolm, though. I'm sure Father Xander will understand once I tell him that Novian was here. Hold on there, champ. We aren't done yet, Win. How about a picture? Could use a new human photo for one of our marketing pieces. Damn it. Discretion is probably the better part of valor here. Apparently, there was going to be an option where you just watched. Or it's going to be an option. And he's like, odd. This whole situation has already gone off the rails. Best choice is probably to walk away. Oh no, you fucker, you're not getting away from me. Nobody fucks with me. Damn it. So who the fuck are you? Don't you know that kid? I was hoping being in public would force this guy to contain himself. This is not as much of a concern to him as I was hoping. Well, you better stop talking, bucko. I call over security. Then I'll tell me you caught you playing grabbers at the kindergartners. Trust me, I know how just the judge to make sure you don't get a fair trial. And I got friends in all the right places that'll back me up whatever story I feed them. So last time, you skinny fuck. Who are you? I feel like Xander would be your ace in the hole for this, though. I feel like of all people, this is the kind of thing he couldn't pull. But I guess that's why Xander couldn't do it himself. Seems like I don't have a choice but to play along. I can still avoid giving him anything he can use. I like how this isn't an honesty choice. It's just like, you decide. But we're gonna go with what everyone else knows. Military man. Man, I do not like Denovian. I would throw this man in a river and I wouldn't think twice about it. How do you know that, little shit? I have a right to... None of these choices matter, which should give you a clear indication what Denovian's role in the story is. Go to the same church, introduce him by his mother. They're desperate to spread her legs for a skinny, though. Let's say about trying to... You know what, if we can pick any choice, I'm just gonna go with the one that makes him the most pissed off. I love how Win is just standing there like, You strike me as one of those religious, self-righteous... God damn it, you pray with Minnie once! Let me guess. She was on her knees, praying to Jesus that we save her from some shit, and he felt the urge to be the one. To be that guy that rides in and rescues her. Like some white knight shit. Probably some crumb of pussy while you're at it. Give that bastard. Give that little bastard a sibling. I feel like this guy doesn't give a shit what we have to say, is what I'm trying to say. Slut's a great lay. She does amazing work. On her knees, on her back. I understand what Dr. Kevorkian is doing. Trying to, at least. Trying to find out what gets an emotional response out of me. What I can only guess at the time being is that I've heard most of the same rhetoric already via the phone calls. So it'll take more than that to get a rise out of me. If he isn't honest enough, he'll actually say, I like how unhonest Win is like, I'm gonna just fucking cap someone at some point. I love how angry he is. Also, if you're not attached at all, then you don't get either of the punching or attack options. Instead, it's like, I'm getting bored of hearing him prattle. His vulgarity is annoying at this point. He is annoyingly vulgar, though. Notice how your outline is yellow. Maybe saw the kid, thought he needed a friend. Be a good dad and step up. It was honestly pretty pathetic. The bitch should have aborted the little parasite, like I said. You are very honest about the truth of the situation, buddy. But hey, if you want to look at it like a good little cuck, go ahead. Man, this guy is just like... He'll give me a good laugh. What is with this guy? He's obsessed. He is obsessed. There's something about him that's just like... He doesn't want to let go. But he insists it's the other way around, you know? I guess it's because she's the one that got away. Like, she is the one that said no to him, and he just can't let go because he's a fucking narcissistic sociopath. So he can't let go of the concept that someone could say no to him. I've seen bad guys in Malcolm's cartoons less over the top than this maniac. Rand felt like of his has been something you'd find on a bathroom stall door. And again, he does seem to be getting carried away. I might be able to get his motives just by asking him, although they might just rile him up a little more. Fun fact, this doesn't actually do anything, and I kind of like it. What? You already ruined her life. Why are you continuing with this? What sort of retarded question is that? Because I can. Besides, the stupid who deserved it. I badly flirt with the shorty bent. Oh. I appreciate that so far the tone of this has been fairly light. It's all light. And now it's like this guy shows up and suddenly like the whole tone changes. Like even the phone calls were one thing. But now that he is a real person in the story, everything changes. It's great. So she better do his consequences. Commit suicide after drowning that little shit in the bathtub. It'd be what she deserves. You mean it's be. But why? All she did was, nobody tells me no! And you're right, it is all about control. If you say nothing, he's just gonna stand there like a retard. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, because if you regret it, you're gonna regret it. My professional medical opinion is you should have fun with the bitch and then ditch her fast. Because now I'm really gonna mess with her and fuck up whoever's close to her. There you are. Oh, hell. Things gone off the road enough? I recognize that voice. I seriously can't believe my luck is that inexplicably bad. Ah!